All right, ladies and gentlemen, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you may be dialing in from. My name is Jay Joshua, and I want to welcome each and every one of you out to an exciting training call for Affiliate Mentor. Today is April 30th, a day that is moving us one day closer to the launch of Spark. Do me a favor, grab the chat and just type in a 7 if you can hear me, if you can see the screen, and type in a 9 if you are excited about Spark. Big things are going to be happening over here at Affiliate Mentor, and I am just super excited. Now, one of the things we promised was to give everyone an update, and I'm really excited because I have seen a sneak peek of the production quality of the new Spark marketing. And here's what I'm going to tell you. You're going to be blown away. I really believe that this is going to be the catalyst that many of you have been looking for. This is an incredible VSL and sales and marketing system, and I'm really, really excited about it. So things are progressing very well. For those of you that have not already put your name on the list for the early beta test, make sure you get in the Facebook group. Somewhere pinned or somewhere in the group, you should be able to see where you can put your name on the list. Just make sure that you get that done, because the opportunity is only going to happen once to be one of those early beta testers. So really excited. If you are here today and you missed the Spark update, do me a favor and go log into the back office and check out last Wednesday's call. We put together a very well planned out update that kind of shared with everyone what Spark is, how it would work with our Ascension plan here inside of Affiliate Marketer, and I'm so Affiliate Mentor, and I'm so excited because it has really come together in a very beautiful and meaningful way. All right, without further ado, who is ready to discover some brand new ways to reach out to 5 people every single day? Type in a 5 in the chat. Listen, this is really important. And some of you are here as leaders, and you might be thinking, I know because I've been in your shoes on calls like this, you might be thinking, hey, listen, I'm super busy. I don't have time to go chase 5 people a day. I've got 5 people a day chasing me. Great job. You have your attraction marketing in full force. And ultimately, that is what new people are going to recognize, they're going to discover over time, is that you don't have to do this for the rest of your life, although you might want to, but you don't have to. As you get your personal brand going and as you learn how to become an attraction marketer, you will discover that people are chasing you down. And some of these things I'm going to share with you you won't even have time for. You'll be making money and you got too much time driving to the bank to collect your cash, right? So that's the goal, but we need to help you get started. Now listen, I share this on my Facebook lives every single day, Monday through Friday. And what I want to start this conversation off with all of you here today by simply saying that we all overestimate what we can do today. And this is really important. Okay. You got to just take 30 seconds here, take a deep breath. And I just got to bring this point home one more time for all of you, because we all are ambitious people. We do our very best to go make something big happen for our business, for our life. And how many times do you go to bed at night? It's 9, 10, 11, 12 o'clock at night. Type in a 1 in the chat if you go to bed at night some nights and you're just disappointed in yourself and in your life because you just didn't get it all done. And you can be honest, not everybody's going to respond, but I bet for everybody who types in a 1, I bet there's 10 more people who have this feeling. They're just like, I just couldn't get it all done today. And the first thing I want to tell you is that's okay. I've never met a successful entrepreneur in the launch phase of their business who could get it all done. If you could get it all done, you're doing it wrong. Your list is not big enough. Okay. I'm just telling you, if you could get it all done, your list is too small. So it's healthy. It's natural. It's okay. That's what I want you to know. It's okay if you go to bed tonight and you can't get it all done, because we all overestimate what we can do in a day. But this is the most important thing I ever share with you. Most people also underestimate what they can get done in a year. We overestimate what we can do today. We don't get it all done, but you underestimate what you can do in a year. There's nothing more powerful than learning to be consistent. I'm never going to be a rock star, people. Okay. I'm never going to be a rock star. I'm never going to be a model on the front of GQ. It's not going to happen for me. Okay. And so I am the marketing threat people never see coming because I grind, I grind, I grind. I don't have to be the smartest person in the room, people. I don't have to be the most beautiful person in the room. I want to be the most consistent person in the room. So type in a 4 if you understand that consistency is what wins. That's what wins the war. Consistency is what wins the war. And so if you're busy today and you're like, listen, I don't want to hear him just talk about how to reach out to 5 people every day. I want you to remember something, because this is the second most important lesson of the day. That, folks, this is not about what you can do. Never was. It's about what you can get done, right? I moved to the country and I meet people that have more tractors than me. And I'm really jealous because they can get more done in a day than I can because they have the horsepower to get it done. Right. And that's their mantra. Well, I've got a tractor that'll do this. I've got an automated machine that'll do that. Okay. It's not what you can do, folks. It's what you can get done. So here's why I'm sharing this with you. It's not enough that you know how to do this and you just jump off today's training call. It's not enough, because this is the training you want to improve upon and you need to be teaching your team. Okay. And that's my challenge. I'm throwing down the gauntlet. There are leaders on this call, and I'm challenging you to take the content that I'm going to share with you today as a framework, and I want you to improve it, and I want you to go out and become the leader that other people are looking for. And I want you to say, hey, look, this is what I did. I improved it here. You don't even have to say you improved it. Just take what I'm going to give you today, make it yours, go out and do it, get results with it, and then start teaching it, because that's how you elevate into becoming a leader. So let me just recap these quick points, and we're going to dive into the straight content today. Okay. Number 1. Okay. My points are this. You're going to overestimate what you can do today. We all do. And if you go to bed and you're feeling like, oh, you got it all done, you did it wrong, go back the next day and add more to your list. As an entrepreneur in launch phase, it's okay to not get it all done. You better not get it all done. Okay. That's number 1. Number 2, don't make the mistake every entrepreneur makes, and that's underestimating the power of consistency, what you can get done in 1 year. Okay. And that's what today's messaging is really all about. But I wanted to go a little further and just tell you 2 things. Number 1, it's not what you can do. It's what you can get done. You need to be teaching this to your team to get the benefit of leverage. Go get more tractors. Go teach more people on your team how to do the 5 personal reach outs. Listen, if I get 10 people on my team that will do what I tell them to do, now I've got 50 personal reach outs happening every single day. Let me ask you a question. If you could get 100 people a day on your team being introduced to Spark and Core and VIP and the traffic, commissionable traffic plan that we have, and whatever your primary passion project is, right? How many of you really see the power of that? If you can get 100, 200 people on your team out doing these 5 personal reach outs, that's what it's all about. And by the way, type in an 8 in the chat if you love multiple streams of income. You're going to be able to use Affiliate Mentor now to actually show a custom income stream to your buyers as they flow through. That's powerful. That's really powerful. All right. So again, my challenge here, final point, we're going to dive in. My challenge to all of you is to become the leader that other people are looking for. Take the content. I've left it generic enough for you. Take the content, make it your own, go out and do it, share what you do and the results you get with other people, and continue until you do. For many of you, this can be a game changer call, because we're literally going to give you the content. We want you to make it your own. We want you to start teaching your team for Affiliate Mentor, for whatever businesses you're out marketing. Go be the leader that other people are looking for. The world, listen, there's a vacuum for leadership today, folks. There's a vacuum, okay? There's a vacancy, okay? People are looking for a leader. You just need to step up into it. All right, let's dive in here. Can everybody see the screen here? Daily discipline number 2. I talk about the 4 daily disciplines every single day. Wake up. What do? Right? You plug in. Number two, you do your 5 personal reach outs, right? Number 3, you drive traffic. And number 4, you send emails. That's what we do every single day. But how do you make those 5 quality connections when your warm market runs out? Well, listen, I'm going to let all of this content be something you can read on and reflect on in the privacy of your own home or your office or your car, wherever you do business later. So I'm not going to go through every word on the screen. That's good. That's the good news for all of us here today. But I do want to emphasize one thing on this page right here. Okay. It is connections over content. When I teach social media, the hardest thing I do is remind people that I'm teaching that what they've always heard is kind of wrong. And we don't live in a black and white society. We live in a world full of grays and gradients. Okay. It's not right or wrong in marketing, but I'll tell you this. I do not subscribe to the idea, right, that content is king. Content is important, but it's not king. The most important thing for all of you to be thinking about as it relates to marketing online and attraction marketing is that it is connections that matter, not content. And I'm not going to go through that today. I've covered that on Facebook Lives, I think a couple of months ago. So we'll circle back to that when I do some more training on it. But the most important thing you all remember is that people don't care how much you know or how great your business is or what you can show them how to do. They don't care about that until they know how much you care. Until you've made a personal connection with them, they're not listening. Okay, they're not listening. That's a fact because the world is busy, right? We have screens, we have phones, I have multiple phones, I have tablets, I have computer screens that cost more than my first car, right? And that's just on my desk. That doesn't count every other room in the house, right? The only place that's safe that's no screen is the bathroom at my house, okay? We are inundated with digital media. The world is busy. I'm telling you, I don't care how great your ad looks. You're wasting your time if you're focusing on content and you're focusing on how it looks. If you're not making connections, you're not making sense. If you're not making connections, you're not making dollars. If you're not making connections, you're not doing anything. So remember that it is all about making connections with people more than anything else. All right, let's dive right in here. I put together a Facebook guide, and I put together a LinkedIn guide, and I put together an Instagram guide. And so again, my challenge to all of you as leaders, as future leaders, is to apply what I'm sharing with you, improve it, make it your own, become the leader that other people are doing. But the first thing you need to teach people on Facebook is how to accept friend requests, right? Now, a couple of things that I want to tell you. We all get fake friend requests every day. If you haven't, it's because you haven't created a Facebook account, and I didn't make that step one. I should have, right? Make a Facebook account, all right? If you don't have a Facebook account, yeah, that's the first step you got to do, right? Once you have a Facebook account, though, here's the thing I want you to understand. You're going to get spam. So I want you to only accept friend requests if it is actually somebody that you know, or if their profile looks authentic and active. It can potentially be a negative to your algorithm if you are just accepting every friend that comes in. And I know you don't have a lot of time, but especially if you're new, you have the time to go out and check out the profiles of the people. Now, when somebody friend requests, when they give me a friend request and I accept it, I always send them a personal message, okay? And my personal message is actually a little bit ruder than the one I have highlighted on the screen. My personal message is, this is Jay Joshua's assistant. Can you tell me which business you met Jay Joshua through? Question mark. So that's how I do it. That's how I have my assistant type it out, because I instantly want somebody to say something to the effect of, Josh and I went to high school together. I don't even know what you're talking about as customer. I'm looking for that, right? Or however the case is, I want to instantly know. If they say, well, listen, I added you as a friend because I see we have similar interests, then you have a fellow marketer, and you can approach them in that way. Okay. Now, if you added them, we'll talk about that here in a moment, how you can go out and add friends. If you added them and they accepted, then you want to say thank you, right? Hey, thanks for accepting my friend request. Originally, I started noticing you because we're both a member of this group. Okay. And you can just kind of list wherever it is that you kind of found them, or because I was just looking for entrepreneurs in the San Diego, California area, whatever the case is, and just let them know. Remember, you're not trying to make a pitch initially. You're only trying to make a connection. All right. That's all you're trying to do. Now, the next thing I want you to do is start paying attention to birthdays on Facebook. Um, Listen, birthdays are really important to people. They are really important to people. Even if you're not a big fan of birthdays, me personally, I'm not a big fan of birthdays. Birthdays for me, I've never really I don't really like birthdays. For me, birthdays are they're just not my favorite thing. I don't know why, right? But I'm the exception. I'm not the rule. The vast majority of people really love their birthday. It's an important time for them to celebrate their own life, their own existence. And it is a great opportunity for you to stand out from the crowd. Let me give you a great tip here. Um, you should send a voice note when it's somebody's birthday. You should take a minute and send a voice note. If you have 5 or 10 people on your Facebook friends list who are having a birthday today, or one or two, just take 30 seconds, grab your phone where your app is. You go in there, there's a little microphone when you go into chat, and you can just click it and hold it down and just start talking, And I can just say, hey, Greg, it's Josh. Look, I just noticed that it's your birthday today. And I can't believe you're already turning 35, just drop 10 years off somebody's age. Um, and just send them a smile. That's it. I'm telling you, I have voice notes from people who I barely know, barely remember. And because it's a voice note and I have to click to play it, I'm more likely to become aware of it. If it's just a happy birthday typed in or on my wall, I'm not saying don't do those things, but if you really want to stand out additionally, you're welcome. You're welcome, Greg. But if you want to do those things additionally, that's fine. But just leave a voice note. You want to stand out from the crowd. Okay. Now, you can also ask open-ended questions, right? So here's an example of an open-ended question. Happy birthday. Hope you're having a great day. You can obviously personalize it based more on how you know it. I might just say, if it was my buddy Aaron and I knew that Aaron's wife name was Lily, I might just say, happy birthday, bro. Is Lily baking you a cake today or what, man? Hey, are you doing anything crazy to celebrate tonight? Question mark. Asking an open-ended question and of course communicating to them the way you talk to them if you do know them is really important, or use whatever vernacular that you normally use. Okay. Now, the next thing is you want to be adding 5 to 10 friend requests every day. And there are a lot of great training online where you can go and learn more about that. Okay. There are some people who say you can do 10. Some people say you can do 15. Some people say you can do up to 25 friend requests per day. Just for the sake of our training here today, I'm just going to say 5 to 10, but I'm going to tell you this, that it is quality over quantity. Okay. So if you're hearing me, just type in 2, because I want to make sure everybody's still alive and listening here. It is quality over quantity. Okay. I would rather you do 4 friend requests to other people where you've reviewed their profile. You identify some things you have in common. I'll give you some examples. Let's say you're a stay-at-home mom, right? That's a great commonality. You can look for other stay-at-home moms. Maybe you are a working mom. That's great. You can connect with other moms who also have careers, right? Maybe you are into gold mining, like I shared on today's Facebook Live. One of my favorite things to do, right? Maybe one of your hobbies is gardening. Whatever the case is, find the commonalities that are there, in addition to the fact that they are sharing motivational quotes or positivity or otherwise indicating that they are not 100% ready to settle for what life has just given them. And they are the type of person who has drive and ambition and they want more. That's who you're looking for. And remember, you're looking for somebody that deserves your time, not somebody that needs your time. Let me say that again. You're looking for somebody that deserves your time, not somebody that needs your time, right? But you also want to find that commonality, right? So I'm not just hitting up everybody online who's into personal development, right? I'm gonna go find people online who are into personal development and also share one of my passions, whether it's gold mining, right? That's what I'm looking for. right? Maybe it's a parenting group that I'm a part of. Whatever the case is, right? I'm looking to find at least one commonality plus a demonstration that they have the drive and the characteristics of who it is that I'm putting on my team. Listen, one of my best rated trainings from 20 years ago, 100,000 plus people, give or take, okay, enjoyed this training. And it was called the retail to recruit method, but I'm gonna tell you what it was all about. It was all about all about empowering you as an entrepreneur to understand that you're the decider, right? Putting entrepreneurs in charge. I don't want you to go out and ask and sell. And it's a very difficult position to be. I want you to be in a position instead where you're like the employer who's conducting a job interview. You're like a headhunter, right? You're looking for somebody who's going to be successful in this business. You're looking for somebody who is willing to put in the effort to do what it's going to take to change your life. You need to start to see yourself not as an employer, because that's not how the economics work. You're not offering somebody a W-2, employment position, but you are looking for someone as a headhunter that you think has what it takes to be successful at starting and running and managing their own business. That's what you're looking for. And so if you focus on those things, and it can be whatever you want, maybe somebody likes the type of music you like, whatever the case is, that's what you're looking for. But remember, make sure you're finding people who deserve your time, not people who need your time. Okay. Now, your goal is to then on your message for your friend request, you want to include a message. And I'm just going to tell you right now that if you want to waste a bunch of time, just friend request people with a stock message, because you're just going to waste a bunch of time. That's what you're going to do, right? So if you're just like, I'm bored today, I want to do a lot of work and have nothing to show for my life, then you Hey, what will work? Make it personal when you do the friend request. Say, hey, listen, I'm a passionate gold miner. I love gold mining, right? Or listen, I really enjoy some of the lectures that I see posted in our shared parenting group. Okay. And I really especially like this one. I saw you were in the group. Would love to connect with you, right? And make it personal. Use their name wherever you can, right? You might say something like, hey, Tom, I see we're both in the group, dealing with, foster kids. I was really moved by the story that somebody posted yesterday. I don't know if you saw that one or not, but hey, it looks like you and I share quite a few interests, and I'd love to connect with you and get your opinion from time to time. Whatever the case is, make it personal. And that's how you do friend requests. Because remember, if you're not going to turn it into connection, the numbers don't matter. I've seen a million of these trainings where they're like, you got to get your counts up. Listen, stats are great. I've got stats. I'm going to show you stats here in a minute. Stats are wonderful. But you most important stat that makes every other stat meaningful or not meaningful is, are you moving towards a connection? Period. If you're not moving towards a connection, you're wasting your time. Doesn't matter what the stats say. Okay. So look, you can have some goals. You can do a birthday connection. You can new friend request, 1 to 2 recent ads. I've got a whole bunch of things in here that we'll share this with the group later. Y'all can read through it. So you don't have to screenshot this while I'm talking here today. And you can just really, we're going to get to LinkedIn here in a minute. You can just really focus in on a couple of things. Number one, make it personalized, make it real, and be genuinely interested in other people. And remember, I've shared this many times, but its value doesn't go away, even if I've told you before. Okay. Mary Kay, one of the first women, I think she became one of the first women billionaire. Okay. Probably not the first, but she was very successful. Okay. She created Mary Kay Cosmetics. Okay. One of the things that I admire her so much for was she said that all she did every day was walk into every room she could walk into and try to make every person in the room that she met feel like the most important person in the world. Let's be honest, the world sucks. If you can make someone else feel special today, if you can make someone, don't just make them feel that you care. If you can actually wake up and go care about another person and then share it with them, then you've learned the first thing on this call towards becoming a quality influencer online. You want to reach out to 5 people a day? This is how you do it, folks. Okay? This is how you do it. You make quality connections. Find somebody and genuinely help them feel that you believe they're the most important person that you're talking to at that moment. It's called being present, right? It's not that hard. Just care, Find a place in your heart where you care. Okay? All right. Next up, LinkedIn. Listen, some of you are Facebook people. Me personally, manage replies, they manage responses, etc. Um, LinkedIn is a lot more my vibe, but to be honest, it's up to you. And if you're here listening or watching this training call, okay, and you're like, I'm gonna do both because I'm hungry, right? I'm here to make it rain. I'm here to make it happen. I'm here to crawl over broken glass to get what I want because my why is huge. Then do both. Okay. There's a few differences. We call things differently on LinkedIn. On LinkedIn, you're not sending friend requests, you're sending connection requests. Okay. You can do a lot of filters on LinkedIn, even on the free version. You can look for entrepreneurs, coaches, realtors, self-employed people, and you can look for them in a particular city. And that's what I recommend when I'm doing a live workshop. I'm like, look, let's go find realtors or whatever is your avatar. Go find a group of people you would love to talk to, right? Whether it's business owner, entrepreneurs, coaches, whatever. And let's go find them in your hometown or in the big metro city near your hometown, right? So for me, I'll probably be looking for Memphis, Tennessee. Literally, I went to elementary school right across the street from where Martin Luther King was assassinated. Okay. So I'm rooted in Memphis, Tennessee. I got emotions about Memphis, Tennessee. Okay. And so when I'm talking to people, okay, when I'm reaching out and connecting with people, Memphis is one of those places I like to reach out to people about because we got stuff to talk about. If I'm talking to a realtor in Memphis, Tennessee, one of my questions is, hey, are you native? Right? Did you get a chance to go see the Ducks at the Peabody? Right? Like, listen, I got things I can talk to them about. I can demonstrate to them that I'm close, right? And that I care. And that's how I am able to get sometimes 50 or 100 times more responses than what other people are doing. They're just getting online and they're like, well, my reason for my call today, or they're typing out, hey, listen, I'm really glad to connect with you. I enjoy working with real. Listen, nobody cares that you're reaching out to them because they're a fellow. You need to talk to people about a commonality. If you are a realtor, it works. Okay. If you're a realtor, it works. Okay. If you were a realtor, it can work. Okay. If you lived in the city if you grew up in the city where they currently live, it can work big time. Okay. Because you can get passionate about it. You can have a conversation about it. And don't even get me started on barbecue. Okay. I will set some of you down and I will let you know where the world's best barbecue is. Okay. But where I can provide value, right? Hey, listen, love hanging out with you. One of the reasons why I get an opportunity to spend so much free time online meeting people from cool places that I visited or cool places that I lived, right? Is because created a side hustle that helps me make an extra, 50 to $100,000 a year, virtually on autopilot. Are you locked into what you're doing, or are you keeping your income options open? Right. So my point is, after you've made a connection, you can look for an opportunity to offer additional value and see if what you have might be a fit for them. Okay. And there's 100 different ways to do it, but they're all right if you have a connection. They're all wrong if you don't. There's an old saying, you can't say the wrong thing to the right person. Let me say that again. You can't say the wrong thing to the right person. Now, I have admittedly done training calls where I have said that's not true because I want to teach people the word tracks that they need to use in order to be successful. But my point is, when you're new, you can't say the wrong thing to the right. You can't say the wrong thing to the right person. When you're new, don't worry about what you're saying. Worrying about finding the right person. That's what we're talking about here today. All right. So you do your connection requests. You look for people that you're going to be able to relate to in a meaningful way. And so the connection request for me is always, you know, OMG or whatever your vernacular is for the time. Might be said, look, I grew up and I will name my elementary school and other things. And, you know, just say, I grew up right over here and I went to school here and I did this. And hey, I'd love to meet with you. You know, I'm thinking about traveling back through Memphis, my hometown here at some point later, whatever the case may be, right? Now, what you then want to do when somebody accepts your connection request is you want to thank them for giving you the connection request. And that's what it says right here. Thanks for connecting. And this is a little bit bland. I don't really say, I just say something like, thanks for connecting. Do me a favor right now without thinking about it. Where's the best barbecue in Memphis? Because when I come through, I gotta get some barbecue from my hometown. What's the best barbecue place? Like start a meaningful and passionate conversation. I'm telling you, there's people I've done this with that I still know today from 5 years ago because I hit them up with a stupid, not stupid, but what other people might think of as not marketing wise important, but I established a relationship based on connecting with them, based on a shared interest or shared commonality that became powerful, right? All right. So again, thank them for the connection request, but ask a question that is non-marketing related, that furthers that reason why you connected with them personally. In this case, we did Memphis. And then I hit them up and I'm like, hey, look, I'm coming through town at some point. I'm planning to return to my hometown, thinking about buying the property I grew up in. But when I get there, first thing I'm going to do is have some Memphis barbecue. So tell me, don't think about it. Just what's the best barbecue? That's how you start a conversation with people, right? All right. After a couple of interactions, you can look for the opportunity to offer to add additional value. Or if you want to do it the other way, you can start an application process with what I call rejection marketing, which we won't have time to really get into here today. But there's two ways to do it. Okay. And those approaches I cover 100 different ways on all of my trainings, etc. The bottom line is you can be overt. Hey, listen, you know, are you locked into what you're doing? Are you keeping your income options open? Or, hey, by the way, I don't know if you noticed, but sure does feel like I have a lot of time on my hands to sit out here and hang out on the digital world and meet new people. One of the reasons why I can do this is because I built a business that I now teach other people how to do where they can make an extra, you know, $50 to $500 a day. You know, if I could honestly show you how to do the same thing, would that be worth a few minutes of your time to find out how to get that done? Right. Hopefully this will be transcribed and y'all can get a copy of that. So, all right. Last thing on LinkedIn, our next to last thing on LinkedIn is engaging with professional milestones. So this is birthdays, work anniversaries. If I log into my LinkedIn, there's like 400 people that have had a birthday or a work anniversary. And the most important thing is everybody tries to automate this. And I'm just telling you, until you get funded to become like, until you have like a five or $10,000 per month marketing budget, don't even think about it. Don't even think about automation software. Okay. Until you have a massive budget, don't even waste time with automation software. You'll lose a month or two of your life getting it all set up perfectly, and then you're going to run out of money before you start to get the results. Okay. Just literally, if you don't care about where they work, then there's probably no point in reaching out to them. But one of the things that I do is I try to find something that interests me about their work anniversary. Listen, if they're celebrating a 20-year work anniversary, you know I'm talking to them because I can't imagine anybody working in the same place for 20 years. Okay. I just can't. Right. Um, and you can also see if somebody's celebrating a work anniversary and they also have the little green thing on LinkedIn that says that they're, you know, that they are putting out applications and that they're available for offers. And so then I hit them up and I'm like, look, I want to congratulate you on your work anniversary, but it looks like you're already looking for your next career move. So maybe I'll hold up on that. You know, let me ask you a question. What kind of a career move are you hoping to get? You know, are you wanting to, you know, move up, move laterally, change locations? Like what is it? Like have a human conversation. Ask them to explain that discrepancy, right? Um, New promotions are obviously something to celebrate because, you know, I talk about this every day, but the world is full of, let's be honest, most of our friends and family are not complimenting us when we wake up and when we go through our day, right? Most of the people around us are not lifting us up. That's just the fact. And so you have to become the leader that other people are looking for. You have to be the one going out lifting other people up. So when somebody gets a promotion, every marketer in town's trying to congratulate them. So I want you to do something that's completely different. And so I usually use a lot of fake swear words, like holy, and then I'll put like, weird little symbols or whatever. And if that offends you, find something that doesn't offend you and do something to get attention and just say, I can't believe it took them so long to finally recognize how badass you are. Now say that in a LinkedIn message. Okay. That's how you get attention, folks. Again, sorry if anybody's offended there, but you can church it up if you need to, but congratulate them on being awesome, not on the promotion, but on being finally recognized for being awesome, right? Because you could just let them know, hey, look, I've always known you were awesome. I can't believe it took them a year to give you that promotion. You deserved it day one. That's how you talk to people, right? That's what Mary Kay would do. Make them feel like the most important person in the room. All right. A lot of the word tracks in here, obviously, I didn't write. They're just ones that are just generically giving you kind of an outline. You can personalize them. I'm sharing some of my word tracks here, which y'all can steal from the transcription if you want to. You can go to turboscribe.com and get some free transcription help if you want to. Turboscribe.ai, I can't remember. But the bottom line is, there's a way for you to think about the world around you that is different than maybe how you woke up today. All the things that you are lacking, the world giving you recognition, people around you uplifting you and giving you positivity, people appreciating you. Those things are not happening enough for 99.999% of humans. And so I'm not telling you I can fix the way other people treat you. I'm challenging you to treat the rest of the world the way you should have been treated. When you start treating people like they are the most important person in the world, people are going to be following you around like puppies. And that might be a little bit hyperbolic, but not much. It matters. It matters how you treat people. Okay. And remember, they don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. So go show them. All right. There's a little bit more in here. Let me just kind of quickly talk a little bit more about Instagram. I'm not an expert on Instagram by any stretch of the imagination. If you if you are looking for more information on Instagram, I think we've got some experts that are on deck in the future that we're going to be bringing out, maybe even from our crowd here today. But you're really looking for people by hashtags. You're really looking for accounts that stand out, that are posting regularly. And the reason for that on Instagram in particular is you're not just looking for anybody, you're looking for somebody who's going to be online enough to even notice that you are following them. And you're looking for somebody who's posting enough to maybe have an audience of their own already built in, because that is something you could both monetize together. And again, it's the same thing. You always want to engage before you do a direct message. You can like their posts, you can respond to a story. And again, it's all the same concepts that we've covered on today's call, but they're just applied, directly to Instagram. Let me just kind of give you a follow up here. Two things. One is to keep track. One of the biggest mistakes that people will make when they go through their marketing journey is they don't create. You can get a free Gmail address and therefore open up a free Google Sheets and just make a note of people that you're having meaningful interactions with, because it seems like you can remember 5 people today, and you probably can. And maybe you're way smarter than me. Maybe you can remember 25 people. Some of you can probably remember 50 people. But for all of us, me, like any more than 3 people, I'm going to forget what's going on. But maybe it's just because I'm old. For the rest of you, whatever the number is, I'll tell you, it's going to creep on you. If you're reaching out to 5, 10, 15 people a day and then trying to do 5, actual connections per day, in a week, you're going to be overwhelmed and you're not going to remember what's happening. So just learn to copy and paste whatever. Hey, just get one tab for Facebook, one tab for LinkedIn, one tab for Instagram if you're going to do all of them, and just keep up with people, because you're the headhunter, That's how I want you all to view that. You're the headhunter. You're looking for people who would appreciate the opportunity to be on this call with me right now, learning from me and from the other amazing trainers that are here as part of our community that I learn from. Okay. So a little bit self-serving, but I'm just going to ask you to type in a 1 in the chat if you've gotten something meaningful, truly meaningful from today's call. Type in a 1 in the chat. Okay. If you've gotten something truly meaningful from today's call. Again, it's a little self-serving, but it isn't, if you start to think about that, it isn't that I need somebody to tell me that I'm doing a great job. It's because I want you all to recognize that this is just a taste of what Affiliate Mentor offers, right? So this is what Affiliate Mentor offers, and I'm just one part of that. There are other amazing trainers and people that are part of our community that will come out even more as we grow. And so here's the question, okay? Here's the question, and I want a yes or a no in the chat. Do you think that other like-minded entrepreneurs would really benefit from the type of training that Affiliate Mentor offers for however long you've been here? And it's just a yes or a no. And see, that's how I think about things. And I think to myself, huh, I have something of real value that I'm sharing with people. I go out, I find people that we have a commonality about, right? I make a connection. And then if I think they're the right person, if I think they would gel inside of our community, if I think they would be a good steward and they would grow and benefit from the type of trainings that we offer, then I reach out to them. Hey, I don't know if you've ever thought about, a side hustle before. But this is what we've got, a community that's built around, helping people make their first, $50 to $100 per day, first $1,000 in a month, that type of thing. I'm seeing some people get some great results. I'd love to invite you to learn more about our community. Do you have a few minutes this afternoon, or would tomorrow be better for you? Right? It is really about genuinely offering to help people, not about selling people or trying to get their money or any of those types of things. All right. Last little bit here. And this is a kind of a step I'm going to just quickly close out here in a moment, but you should do a review on your total marketing efforts every week. Here, we're just kind of talking about approaches and word tracks and things for your social media outreach campaigns, but you really every week should be reviewing, hey, I posted these ads on Craigslist, I posted these ads online, I purchased this traffic from over here, I took these actions to go out and make my connections and reach outs. Here's the emails that I sent to people that I know, people that I've met. I did training on that several weeks ago. I think it's called Acres of Diamonds, etc. But you should be reviewing weekly what marketing you have out on the streets, how it's performing, where you might need to re-up an ad, where you might need to improve your results or outcomes, and then come out to our community and you can ask questions. All right, folks, listen, we're a little over time here today. I really want to thank each and every one of you for joining me. I love having the opportunity to share. This is a journey that, exactly like I talked about here today, I've been doing for 20 years. My wife was very ill when she was pregnant with my daughter. It was medical emergency type ill. And so we're lucky my daughter was even made it. And so I've literally kind of been that mother hen to my oldest daughter. And I've had some other very difficult life things that have happened. And so that really made me be like the extra crazy dad to like watch everything my daughter's doing. And my point is that it's affiliate marketing that paid for that, folks, right? It's affiliate marketing that allowed me to have the time freedom to take care of my family. And so I really am passionate about helping all of you learn everything that I can share about affiliate marketing. And I probably have more fun prepping and conducting these calls than y'all have coming out here, but it's really been my pleasure. I really appreciate the opportunity to share my story. I hope this has been helpful. With that said, I'm going to close it out. Listen, don't forget, get inside the group, look for where it talks about getting yourself on the beta test for Spark. This is going to be an incredible opportunity. You have no idea what's coming. Just going to tell you that. I have no idea what's coming. So with that said, I'm going to close it out, but I'll see each and every one of you at the top on the inside on tomorrow's Facebook Live at 10 a.m. inside of our group, Eastern Standard Time, and very soon on the beaches of the world. Bye for now, everyone. Thank you.